Good morning, everyone. This is Rafecal. We are playing some more Plants vs. Zombies for the Wheel of Struggle. If you're not familiar with the Wheel of Struggle, it's kind of like a challenging book club for video games. We play a bunch of games, put a challenge to them, usually a time limit, see who can get the farthest fastest, something along those lines. And this is my first entry for Season 7. We have 5 hours to get as far as we can in the original Plants vs. Zombies. We're playing Game of the Year Edition on Steam. And I'm going to go ahead and get into the second area. So this instance... I just clicked through a bunch of stuff there that I probably shouldn't have. That's okay. Yeah. I believe at night sun doesn't appear naturally. No, go ahead and just get these guys started because they're free. They are weak, but they are free. So we take that. Also, no sun is appearing naturally. It's just the sunflowers here. I feel like we've got to wait on this. Make sure we've got what we need. Yeah. A little bit nervous about putting that one down so late, but we can get a walnut. Give us a little bit of security there. We'll do the same thing up here if we can get the walnut before this guy gets too close. Never mind. Because these guys like rush forward once you knock out their newspaper. They're the opposite of the pole vaulters, kind of. They're very nasty. I'm gonna go ahead just because... There we go, walnut. Oh, those don't have enough range for that to even hit, do they? Yeah, they only have enough range to shoot, or for us to have 2 behind a walnut. So anything past that is extra, which is fine. We are back up to fighting shape, I would say. And this is final wave, so we don't have to worry as much. There we go. Should have probably paid attention to where my stuff was for existing shooters, but oh well. Desperately need that walnut. There we go. And these guys are going to give us better sun production at night. Small sun at first, normal sun later. And they're cheaper, so we can get them out faster. So yeah, I think we're gonna do that. Standard stuff. I don't think we're gonna be able to afford repeaters. But now I have a better idea of what I'm expecting, so that's fine. Here the zombies might be coming. Of course, the one row I have nothing in. So I'm hopeful we can get enough here. I shouldn't have spent that. There we go. I was hoping for a walnut. We didn't get it. We should be okay, though. Desperate need of a walnut. Actually, I'll just grab a third shroom there for the time being. There we go. Finally got a full sun. This is first wave, so I'm gonna go ahead and just put down some extra stuff to slow them down while Walnut's recharging. And slow them down just a second there with that spud. There we go. We have a full sun production, 2 rows again. Which means after we get past this first thing here, we can afford cherry bombs and such. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and just do that. Because 2 bucket heads next to each other feels like a great spot to do that. I think we're gonna do one of these. There we go. Short and sweet. She fumes that can pass through screen doors. So we'll go ahead and do all the mushrooms again. Obviously, and honestly, I think we're just gonna go all mushrooms. I think this guy has a slightly longer range. I guess we'll find out. That grave is really obnoxious. Get that second row. I'm gonna go ahead and just put a potato mine in this row since we only have one. Will give us a little bit of time. This will be a good test. Yes, that guy can hit at longer range. Perfect. So we can do 2 standard mushrooms and 1 fume shroom. And fume shrooms also hit through the screen doors, so you can take them out faster. There we go. I'm just gonna keep that as a spare, I guess, for stuff like that. Final wave. And there's the guy that gets rid of graves. You want to buy an extra seed slot? It'll cost you $750. You'll be able to choose 7. Yes. You have 5,000. We'll get more. Okay. Let's go. That's a lot of graves. Just getting the first couple down while we have cooldown available. Got lucky. Perfect. Okay, I didn't think that we were gonna actually have that one survive at all, so that's nice. Nice surprise. This row, we need to get rid of some of those graves, so that'll be the first thing once I get enough cash. Actually, we'll do that for now. That'll also eliminate one of the guys from the front, or from the first line of the, like, final wave, because these guys, or those graves, will spawn enemies. So being able to take them down is actually important for that reason as well. We're almost to the first wave, which I don't think causes zombies to spawn from there. But it might. So I guess I can start eliminating them for that too. We're getting our sun production past the first stage, so we are in probably pretty solid shape here. That's bad. Full vaulters in that situation are bad. And of course the screen door is coming in at the one spot I don't have a fume shroom. We'll see how long it takes. I'm gonna not buy a fume shroom on that row yet because I think we can do this. Use that as a brief stopgap there. Second walnut, just to force the pole vaulter to get stuck. Perfect. Would love if we got a walnut up here. But I don't think we're gonna. I'm gonna use that freebie just to force the pole vaulter. So I guess at that point we put the walnut here instead. We're out of graves. We've got plenty of cash here. Let's just get this moving. This show on the road, as it were. The sooner we get through that, the faster we get to the final wave. And as soon as we get a cherry bomb up, I'm gonna finish off whatever's left. Bowling? Whack-a-zombie. Just like hunting squirbows. So we've got a mallet. This game, like, the mini games are simple, but it's a nice little break from the game. Like, the game is the same thing over and over again, which is both the wonderful and frustrating part of tower defense games. It's actually a lot more intense than I was expecting. For that, like, there've been a couple times where I've been like, oh, I'm a little caught off guard there. Not too many, granted, but enough. I believe these guys are the confusion ones, which are very good. Hypno Shrooms. I don't remember what the cooldown on them is, but they can be very good. I guess we're gonna go all out here still. We're gonna have to eliminate some of the graves from this middle row as soon as we have the opportunity. That's probably gonna be bad. Wait, how did that get there? Did I put that there? That's bad. Oh well. Whatever. It's fine. What's the worst that could happen? What's the worst that could happen, right? Okay, I think this is where we're gonna get this Hypno Shroom. So I think this guy is gonna just pump right through our defenses, and then we're gonna do boop, and he just turns around. So they're kind of like the chomps or the bombs in that they basically are just a free kill. But they are also turn the zombie around so that you don't have to fight them now, which is kind of nice. Hence saving them for a more powerful unit like those football players. Have them fight each other. I was kind of hoping we could catch the football player, but we didn't. Still gives us, or still bought us a little bit of time there. Having them fight each other. I'm just gonna put a third one there because I'm pretty sure. Yep. There we go. These guys are, I believe, the long-range version of... Yeah. So these guys are like the Fume Shrooms, except for longer range. And if an enemy gets close, they stop firing. So you have to keep them further away. I will probably replace Fume Shrooms with those guys, just because that gives us a little bit more flexibility. Yeah. They're a little cheaper. Oof. That's a lot of graves. I think I'm gonna start here. We're gonna hope that that's the right row. Awesome. So basically the same formation we were using before, just fume shroom. These are way cheaper than fume shrooms. I'm actually gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna continue praying that we don't get any in this row for the time being. I'm gonna put that there to slow him down. Honestly, this row right now is a problem, and I'm gonna need to double up on those long range. And as soon as I get access to okay, so yeah, we should be good to start looking at Grave Busters. So I will save up a little bit. There we go. Okay, I need to start saving up now, so we're gonna put out the last couple sun shrooms. We're almost at our mid-wave here. I'm gonna see if I can just do a couple more grave busts with the next bit of cash. And then we're gonna watch for where we can do a good Hypno Shroom, hopefully. The screen door might be the best place for this. Just so we don't have to deal with it. There we go. Now we've got a nice solid offensive primary thing going, and if we need to, we've got the capability to blow something up. Feeling pretty good overall. Screen doors aren't, or we still don't have a great way to deal with screen doors. We're probably gonna have to replace that mushroom, but that's fine. Get rid of the last grave. And that'll be... This is the last one before the final round. So now that it's final wave, we've got room for a Hypno Shroom and a Cherry Bomb, which should take out most of the worst problems. So we're gonna go immediately on that football player. Screen door. And now all we've got left is this top row. There we go. Easy peasy. Chill Shroom is another one that... Oh, that's a different one than I was thinking it was. Okay, so that freezes everything. We are definitely not going to bother with that, I don't think. I feel like we have a pretty good setup with where we're at. We don't want to do the Scaredy Shrooms until we start seeing stuff come out, especially if the stuff that's coming out is scary. Awesome. If we start seeing some early powerful units, then we'll deal with it, or then we can pull out Scaredy Shrooms. Otherwise, I want to put all of our starting sun into Sun Shrooms. I think last time we were a little slow because we didn't get the economy going first. That makes a huge difference if you've got this back row built up and charged faster. Like, we did fine. That wasn't... The problem wasn't that we were in danger. The problem was that we were not going as fast as we could. Doing this since we can't get a Grave Buster on that run yet. And I think I'm going to Grave Bust as soon as I've happened to get enough for it. There we go. And that guy is gonna be a problem. They basically just summon extra guys. It's not the end of the world. They're just kind of annoying. They're more of a problem when they're in a large group, but they're also less of a problem in a large group because at that point we will hopefully have enough to justify a Cherry Bomb. Hopefully that clears up my earlier statement. Or illustrates my earlier statement. And I believe these guys are a nuke in the same fashion as the large area leaving crater. I don't think we want those guys. There's a slightly cheaper cherry bomb, but they also make it so you can't plant in that area, if I remember correctly. This is going to be the first one to go there. Let's see if we can push our lines forward a little bit from where we were last time, because I think we were one further row back last time. And at this point, we're going to start saving up. Once we have the room to grave bust, we're going to start getting rid of this row here. Would have had enough there. Click through it too fast. Right now, that front row is mostly just for safety. Like that. Love the different sound effects as they're hitting them. The cone sound effect is just so great. So simple. Okay, I'm gonna save up a little bit here. No, maybe not. I was gonna say we could do a Hypno Shroom down here, but I don't... Oh, yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that still. Just add an extra shroom there because we can. I need to find a good pocket where I can bust those last two graves. Right there is good, because the zombies can kill your grave busters. So you just need to make sure they don't get eaten. I have my own disco army now. Get rid of the screen door. And I think we're probably in good shape here for the final round. We got rid of all the graves. We only have half charge on a cherry bomb. That's the only problem I'm seeing as far as getting through this quickly. I'm going to immediately get that disco guy out of the way, because it prevents him from getting backup, as well as gives me some extra clearance. And yeah, we are in very good shape here. As soon as this cherry bomb recharges, we're done. They would like a midnight snack. You know, maybe zombies deserve a midnight snack. Okay, but we're not having to deal with economy this time. It is pure. Okay, ice shrooms freeze the screen. Doom shrooms are explosion but leave a crater. Like I said, you can't plant there now for a while, so that's going to be just something to keep in mind. So I don't think we can do that. I'm gonna do this. This music reminds me of Blaster Master, and it makes me love it. That's a problem. There we go. The resources we've got for this round are actually a lot harder to utilize than the standard round. We have to be conscious of, okay, if we use our bombs instead of like a cherry bomb, we're now leaving craters, which is a problem. There's a reason I didn't use them. I think the Hypno Shrooms are probably the most valuable thing here. This is a problem. Okay, we're just gonna... I'm literally just gonna toss all of these because I don't think they're super valuable most of the time. And I want to make room. Like, they're good. We probably could have kept one as an emergency kill switch. Actually, we've got 2 fume shrooms on that row. Let's just add a third and just assume that screen door guy is not going to be a problem. I'm going to get this cone guy flipped. We picked a good row, apparently, for the screen doors. There we go. Actually, that ended up working out really well. We're getting close to the mid-round wave. Let's take this out. Okay, that's filled in now. We're gonna immediate Hypno Shroom on that guy. Good spot for a Doom Shroom. Give ourselves a little bit of grace for that football player. No, not gonna risk it. We Doom Shroom that. Got plenty of Doom Shrooms for the screen doors. As soon as that guy drops, we're turning this football player around. I think we're in good shape here. Only thing I'd say is we don't have... Okay, we're at 2 football players right now. I'm gonna start chill shrooming these guys. Ice shrooming. Okay, we're on second wave. Let's finish these scrape off before this starts. Final wave. Only 3 are gonna get up. Immediate Doom Shroom. There we go. And that is the second level of Plants vs. Zombies. We're still sitting at about 40 minutes per, which is about where we want to be. I am very excited to see what how we do with the rest of this. Hope you're enjoying this return to Wheel and Struggle. If you are, please give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And as always, have a good one. We'll catch you next time.